Good morning from wherever you are tuned in from, and welcome to today's event. DSTV Business is what we are speaking about. My name is June Gashui. I will be your MC for this morning, and thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you're keeping warm wherever in Nairobi or in Kenya you are, and you are tuned in on the YouTube link. If you'd like to share this link with your friends, please do so. It's on the DSTV Kenya page, and of course I've got my in-studio audience here who are looking amazing and beautiful and warm. We've done a few exercises, so we'll share them with you later on. So just a few tips for today. We do have our hashtag that we're using for the event. It's hashtag DSTV Business. That's hashtag DSTV Business and hashtag Best for Business. That's hashtag Best for Business. So once again, my name is June Gashui, and I am extremely excited to be your MC this morning. Just a little bit about this organization that we call MultiChoice Kenya. I did a little bit of research, and from 1995, they have been at the fore in bringing us entertainment that has enriched our lives across the country. It's provided video entertainment that tells stories, and that's what we're all about, is telling our story as Kenyans, but also sharing that story, those stories rather, with the international world, and letting people know exactly how it is that we do what we do here in Kenya. But also being able to be entertained and educated and informed is extremely important. We've been in the last 15 months in this time of COVID, and I think all of us have seen the need to pivot in not only our businesses, but in our daily lives. And more importantly, this entertainment industry that we are speaking about today has really undergone drastic changes. One would call them seismic shifts, actually. And now we found that streaming is at the forefront, and the future is really looking bright for this particular aspect of entertainment and how we consume content. And when we look at the entire ecosystem, those who have created the content all the way through to those who enjoy this content, we see that we absolutely have to work together. And the amazing thing about today is that it's part of something that MultiChoice has been doing for a very long time, which is continuous engagement with their customer, receiving feedback and being able to pivot where necessary. And COVID has certainly taught us that. And so today, that's exactly what we're doing. We're trying to find a way to share the different products that are now in existence for you, to help you add value to your business, to help you bring your businesses to profitability. And that is what we're discussing today as we look at DSTV Business. Remember, work, stay, and play. Work, stay, and play. We'll be talking a little bit more about that. And so without much further ado, allow us to now have our very first speaker come up on stage. And this person is a good friend of mine. I like to say that everyone is a good friend of mine. And of course, she is none other than the managing director of MultiChoice Kenya. MultiChoice Business Overview is what she'll be sharing with us, and of course, a little bit about DSTV's business strategy. So ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and welcome up on stage, Nancy Matimu. Karibu sana, Nancy.
Thank you very much, Julian. I love the way you're saying that indeed this morning we talk about pivoting in business, but even a lot more about pivoting and connecting to the aspirations, the motivations, and the challenges that our businesses and our customers are facing. And we're saying we don't want to take on the challenge as dying horses. We are going to embrace it, and we shall turn around not just our businesses, but make a positive impact to the economy of the country that we love, that is Kenya. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Good morning once again, our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you that have joined us here this morning physically, thank you very much, as well as those of us that are online. Receive my warmest welcome and appreciation for making the time to attend this event. It is an exciting moment for all of us here at MultiChoice Kenya, very exciting, as we launch our newly revamped DSTV business packages, which have been created as a result of feedback from you, our customers, and as well as the customers that visit your premises, whether it's a hotel, whether it is a pub and club, or even the workers that you have working in our offices, including my own colleagues and myself. Customers remain at the heart of our business, and gives us such great delight this morning when we talk about what we are doing to enhance the viewing experience across all our platforms. But allow me just to start a little bit and take you in a few minutes what we shall be doing over the next 2 hours, but also shape the story of what we have been doing in the last 18 months. In the next 2 hours, together with my colleagues, led by my very able colleague, head of DSTV Business, Elsa, we are going to showcase the DSTV Business segment and introduce to you the new DSTV Business packages. We will also elaborate in great detail what this means for your business and particularly what it means to you in order for you to be able to connect to profits. Today, as I stand here, I'm particularly proud to say that MultiChoice Kenya continues to be the #1 video entertainment company in Kenya, and in the 50 African countries that we operate in, we continue to be the #1. We are proud of our 25 years rich legacy in Kenya, and this market leadership position, and are truly grateful to all of you, our customers in the audience here physically, and those of us that are listening to us online and watching us. We are truly grateful also to our partners because you are the ones that have continued to position us and place us at the top of the best brands in video entertainment. Today, as it is, we feature 8th globally in linear pay TV outside China, and we are now a top 40 Johannesburg Stock Exchange listed company. We remain true to our brand purpose of enriching lives, and we truly believe that we must drive a purpose-led business. And we are truly a purpose-led business, running a technology platform business that's hosting the best of local and video entertainment that is especially curated for our customers. And I say that to say that we take into consideration the morality, the social norms, and the traditions and cultures of our people, and make sure we procure and commission content that is specially curated for audiences that respect our tradition and our customs. We tell stories that connect to the humanity, to your humanity, and to the aspirations and passions and lifestyles. We also continue to be our customers' most preferred entertainment partner for the best of news, because we aggregate, we are a super aggregator of all local content news, as well as international content, sports, local and international series and movies, kids content, and edutainment, among other genres. And in fact, in the last 18 months as well, we have spent quite a bit of time improving our edutainment content, taking consideration that we do have children at home that require to continue with schooling and access to the relevant curriculum. We are a business on a transformation journey, and that's why we are here this morning. We have chosen the path of an innovative business that's constantly transforming by anticipating and listening to you, our customers, in order to serve and exceed your expectations. And just before we get to the detail of DSTV Business and how we have actually listened to you and therefore are even transforming the way we package our services and the cost at which we deliver it to you, we have done quite a bit of things in the last 18 months. And the first thing is to expand our distribution by 40%. We now stand at just over 3,000 points of sales with our accredited dealers and agencies, making our world-class video entertainment service available to more Kenyans. This is important because I have received personally feedback from our commercial customers as well as our residential customers that it was very difficult to reach us and they could not see our footprint. So we have even gone further, and I hope you are beginning to say this, to start to brand not just our own branded stores, but also to brand all our 3,000 points of sales, starting with our dealers and moving on to our accredited agents, and also branding our installers, including the systems integrators, wherever they are, for higher visibility and ease of access. We have also started the journey of upgrading our branches to deliver a more improved and modern customer experience that's going to offer 360-degree customer service and sales, which you may have already experienced in the recently upgraded Ongata Rongai and Nyeri branches that we launched in May 2021. And if you walk into these branches, you will see that we are able not only to serve the residential customer, but effectively now be able to serve the DSTV business commercial customer in a very effective way with screens that are able to do proper troubleshooting and give you 100% end-to-end resolution on the spot. In the same period, we have also improved our self-service platforms. We now have star 423 hash available on USSD. You don't need mobile data. You just require voice, or rather you require only minutes. And then we have my DSTV app and my GoTV app as well, so that our customers, wherever they are, can be able to buy decoders and full kits and change packages. But on the same breath, we have also embarked on a journey to ensure we deliver a wow customer experience for our business customers that Elsa, together with my colleague Jackie, who's in charge of customer experience, will be talking to. And then finally, we have upgraded our call centers and transitioned to state-of-the-art call centers for our voice and social customer care. In fact, increasingly, we're seeing a lot more customers engaging us socially, whether it's on our Twitter or Facebook handles. And we have developed the same, specially dedicated for DSTV business. So let's move to what we are doing today. Today marks a significantly important milestone in our transformation journey. We launched the newly revamped DSTV business packages that are designed to connect you, our commercial customers, that's in hotels, pubs and clubs, offices, guest houses, serviced apartments, to customer growth and better cash flows and profits. And therefore, as we launch today, the theme that we are launching with is connecting you to business profits by putting your business at its best. And what do we mean by this? Specifically, we believe by giving you more affordable, great entertainment with more quality bundled in it, more value for less, it means you'll be able to attract more customers and make your office a great work environment as well, but also specifically for hotels, pubs and clubs, as well as the guest houses and serviced apartments. You can now pride yourself as having the best entertainment possible and become the preferred destination for any customer that thinks entertainment, but at the same time thinks stay, thinks work, and thinks play. So that way you'll be able to grow your customers. But what's even more exciting is that we are giving you this at a much more reduced price point, which therefore means that you'll be able to free up quite a bit of cash flows for those that are existing customers, but also manage and optimize your cash flows for the new customers that are coming in with more affordable entertainment, and ultimately, therefore, connecting you truly to profits and customer growth. So we'd like to leave you with 3 messages from my desk. And the first message is that we will make your business the very best it can be with superior world-class international and local entertainment. We will help your hotel, your pub, your club, your office, your serviced apartment, your preferred top your various setups, the preferred top destination. We will continue to bring in and deliver world-class entertainment and bring you exclusive properties and assets such as the Premier League and as well as CNN, which is a sought-after international news channel. The number 2, again, in keeping with the theme to profits, we will help you improve your cash flows with cost-effective, better designed packages that have packed more value for us. They are designed with your customer in mind, and that's why we have moved from calling them hotel packages, but instead we are now calling them stay, because your customers come to stay and they want a good stay. We have also designed them with your workers and my workers and myself as a worker in your office that come to work in mind, and hence the reason why we now have the work-themed packages. And then for your pub and club and the usual bar that we speak about, my favorite bar or my local, after a long day, your customer or the veteran patron that comes to your bar or club or that joint or that local, as we call them, wants a place that they want to go and play. And hence the reason why, after a long day, It makes us all very dull if we don't play. And hence the reason why we have named the packages, the play packages for the pubs and clubs. So therefore, they are themed, as you can see, under the new packages of stay, work, and theme genres to show you that we are actually aligning very much to your customer. But how exactly are we going to connect you to profits with better cash flows? I'm going to use an illustration. So in the past, we had the Hotel Light package that was going for 950 shillings per room. That came packed with 39 channels. But it had limited news, it had no kids content, it had no documentaries, it had no lifestyle packages. We have now transitioned that package to the new Stay Basic package with 55 channels at only 1,100 shillings per room. Now, to be specific, this features an additional special 6 channels that were not there before on Hotel Light. It's showing soccer, athletics, tennis, so we have 3 more sports channels packed into what was Hotel Light and is now the new Stay Basic. And it also has tennis and motorsports and other niche sports. It then also comes automatically packed with Nat Geo and Jim Jump for kids, as well as e-entertainment for those of you that love Kardashians, and African news, among others, for only an incremental 150 shillings. Now, in the past, what would have happened is that you would have been required to add each channel at an additional 265 shillings. So if you were to add the 6 channels to your 950 shillings Hotel Light, that would have worked out to a total 3,490. And now you're getting it for 1,100 shillings. It is significant value savings that we are talking about and truly connecting you to profits, especially during this time when we know cash flows are tight and when we know that we have just begun to see the glimpse of economic recovery. But as we said, we as business partners, we want to play an active part in making that recovery possible. What's even better is that the add-ons that you have had in the past, you'd have added 1 channel at a particular price. Now we've grouped channels into different categories and into different groups, which means that, for instance, if you wanted to add the European channels or the Asian channels, which come in packs about 13 or 10 additional channels, instead of adding each one of them at 265 shillings per channel per room, you now get the entire pack for only 350 shillings. So we really are talking about significant savings. And these are not promotional prices. They are actually the newly designed and revamped DSTV business packages that are going to help you reposition your business and drive recovery in the long term. So the final message is about the wow customer experience. I know a lot of times we assume that offices will possibly operate for 5 days. But as it is, as the world continues to evolve, we are now seeing, obviously, other than hotels and very many other establishments in the DSTV business segment category that are operating 7 days a week. And therefore, we have to be there and available for you 7 days a week. We've therefore introduced our new wow customer experience featuring 7 days a week customer service, and this time with a dedicated customer care line, specifically just designed with agents directly accessible to you. And that line is 0711 066 550. And Jackie will be talking a lot more about it. And you can also reach us on email on kenyadstv@ke.multichoice.com. And of course, like we said, we have the DSTV business social handles. We are ready and waiting to support you wherever you are at, whenever, 7 days a week. We believe that these 3 things, giving you world-class entertainment that is specially packaged, better price points, and most cost-effective packages, therefore, and a great customer experience are going to indeed help you continue to position yourself as a preferred destination, as we also position our country as a preferred destination for tourism and hospitality, as we continue to drive active economic recovery. These additions will help you attract great quality customers, manage your entertainment costs, enhance cash flows, and with better, more effective packages that have been designed to offer you more for less and give you real leverage to drive customer growth and improve cash flows, will definitely deliver improved profits for your business. So we therefore close my session this morning by inviting you to listen to my colleagues on the detail, and I welcome you personally to the new world of DSTV Business, where we connect your business to profits with your business at its best. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Nancy. I want to see if we were listening. What was the number? 07?
0711.
Mm-hmm.
066.
Okay, together choir. 07? Yes? Yes? Clap for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. You're so good. And once again, to those of you who've joined us online, karibuni sana. We are having an amazing discussion. The key words we have been told is world-class entertainment, a package that has heard the financial situation that we are currently all experiencing in our businesses, bringing us top assets, our preferred things that we like to watch, news, lifestyle, edutainment, National Geographic, and of course, for the ladies, sports. Yes, again, I said for the ladies, sports. I think one thing we have learned during COVID is that we really need to understand sports because, so you know, things have changed. We can't go out as much as we want to, and it's cold now, so you know, we have had to find individuals to speak to. And sports for the ladies is actually what I'm pushing these days. Now, whether you are working or staying or playing, DSTV Business has the perfect package for you, and of course, ultimately at a better price point. She had specifically mentioned a figure of $34.90. Did you hear that? $3,490, all now available to you at only 1,100 shillings. So I think they have definitely honored their commitment and their process. So, of course, she did mention that one of her other colleagues is going to come up here and speak to us a little bit more, and that colleague is none other than Elsa Lunani. She's the head of DSTV Business, and she'll be telling us a little bit more about the individual packages that Nancy has already alluded to. So with that, could we please put our hands together and welcome up on stage Elsa Lunani. Karibu sana.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to our office in MultiChoice, and happy to have all our guests who are present, as well as our sales team, our colleagues. I'm so happy to be able to host you today so that you can know more about DSTV Business. And through my presentation, Nancy has talked to us about how to connect customers to ensure that they're becoming profitable. And today I'll be talking on how, yeah? So looking at the touch points that you have had from Nancy's presentation, yeah, we have talked about the differentiated services. What are they, yeah? Even as she was talking through, we were saying that when you look at stay, we're targeting different types of customers. We're looking at hospitals, we're looking at hotels, anywhere where you go and find accommodation and stay, that is under the stay bouquet, and I'll be talking to it in the details. We have the value-added packages, and basically that's the stay, play, and work that I'll also be speaking to. Then we have the wow customer experience journey that again has been touched on by Nancy, and my colleague Jackie will just be deep diving into it. Then we also have a seamless payment process, and again we'll be sharing you the exacting journey that now we are trying definitely to ensure that you have a better experience when it comes to payment, when it comes to reminders, so that you're able to ensure that you know your bill in advance. We're able to give you the proper reminders so that you're able to make your payments on time. Then lastly, we'll also be talking about curbing piracy, and I'll be doing that as a summary, even as I close, in terms of why is it DSTV Business? Why is it different from what we offer on the residential packages? Yeah. So just looking at what you have discussed so far, I know the question is, what is the change? Yeah? What has changed from previous? And just to go into the details of that, a bit of summary, then into the details, we have said that we have increased the tiers. So as I go through my presentation, I'll be able to showcase that initially we had a smaller coverage in terms of the number of tiers within each bouquet. And now as we go into the new packages, we'll see that when it comes to stay, instead of 2, initially we used to have the premium and the light bouquet. Now we have 3 tiers across each. Yeah, when it comes to play as well, we have also done 3, and then on workers 2. And why have we given customers choice? Yeah, because we see that in the current economy, just looking at the pandemic process, yeah, we want to ensure that you're giving customers greater choice, flexibility to upgrade and downgrade, yeah, so that you have various choices that you can choose from. And then we have also simplified the packages, yeah, so that you find initially we used to come and say, this is what you offer on the basic package, and for you to get additional channels that will be preferred in your location, you need to pay extra add-ons. So we have changed that, and we are able to give you a very comprehensive bouquet, so that you're saying, pick the bouquet that suits your needs, and it comes at a price. So the only thing that comes separately, and also it's an add-on, is giving you specialty languages. Yeah. So again, as Nancy had mentioned, we have added 3 language specialties that again are bought as a category. So I'm just giving highlights just for us to just understand what are the changes, so that as I go through my slides, it becomes very clear. Yeah. So the other thing that we'll be touching on, and I'm happy to have the operations team as well as my field services manager, Moses. We have also done a bit of changes in terms of technicality. And what have we done? So initially, we used to have the unbundling option, so that whenever you have more than 1 decoder, especially on the play and stay categories, we used to put specific channels on specific decoders, and that definitely would increase the cost of installation, especially for the analog customers, because you had to buy the modulators, you had to buy the coaxial cable, etc. And we are saying that now it's coming bundled, yeah, so that when you choose content, then it comes when it's already full. And also that option was limiting the number of channels that we hold in a decoder, yeah. So in order even for a customer to change and say that now my current add-on is CNN and I want to change it into another news channel, you had to get in touch with us for us to be able to change the channel for you. So we have managed to also remove the unbundling option, and now the package comes very comprehensively placed. Yeah. So I'll go into stay just to deep dive and say, what is stay? Yeah. When you talk about stay, which kind of customers are we targeting? Yeah. Who is the customer that needs to buy the stay bouquet? And just talking into that, I'm happy that Nancy has also mentioned that we are working to ensure that we make your place a destination of choice. So that when a customer sits down and thinks, and they're like, where do I need to go? They'll think of your hotel, they'll think of your hospital, and any accommodation that you have to offer. And recently, we have also been penetrating into the schools network, and we have hostels also picking up stay. So any customer that is offering a place where someone can go and sleep in, we call that the stay. And what are we saying as DSTV business? We are saying that we want to partner with you and work together with you by creating a superior experience and ambience, by offering your guest variety of choice when it comes to content. And across all genres, we have the movies, we have the sports, we have the international and local news, and also to ensure that even for the kids as they come in, then they're happy, yeah? So when you look again at the bouquets that we have, in terms of channels, which I'll just be speaking to shortly, I'll touch on the customers, and I think that's already highlighted from my previous statement, where we have the hotels, we have hospitals, bread and breakfast, lodges, resorts, service apartments. And again, when you look at the different types of establishments across the different customer types, we are saying that it varies, yeah? We have the very big international hotels, we have the very big national hospitals, we also have the small clinics, we do have hostels. So in terms of coverage, you're saying that we are taking care of each and every type of accommodation that can be offered to a customer here. And just to touch on that, we see that entertainment is a basic requirement when it comes to the stay customers, because when a customer comes today, if I can use John, a customer today comes to Social House, yeah? First thing they'll be looking at is what is on the TV, yeah? What kind of entertainment do I have? What am I going to get? And if they have a question, then they'll quickly call and say, where is CNN? Yeah, so you see that entertainment is essential, yeah, across the packages that they have to offer. And also in this, we are saying that it's able to accommodate any customer who has from 5 all the way to 200 plus when it comes to subscriptions. And in terms of technical setups that again Moses will be touching on, it's a bit complex. And this is because when you look at the current, how we have become enabled in terms of IT uptake, we need to integrate with different other systems so that a customer just buys one solution and can be able to pick in the hospitality management system. When you look at hospitals as well, they do have their own system. So we work with different types of system integrators to ensure that we integrate and they're able to offer it as one solution. So we look at the stay package, and I'd like to indulge you a bit. I want to believe that all of us have a copy of the current booklet that you are offering, and whoever doesn't will ensure that you have access to it by the end of this meeting. Yeah. So when you come to this, we have been able to put all the bouquets that we have, which are also showcased on the screen. And basically, this slide is just giving us the difference between the initial and the after so that we can clearly see what are the changes. So just to indulge you a bit, we can open on the first page, then you go to the second, third, then we have stay, yeah? So when you open stay and you move on to the next page, we're now able to put all the channels that are included under the stay package. And we can see that it's very comprehensive. We have also managed to put the different genres across each. You can see general entertainment, you can see sports, local channels, news and commerce. I'm just using one as an example to make it easier that when you go back home, when you go back to the office, you're able to go through the bouquet and through the booklet and make it easier for your review. And for our online viewers, our teams on the ground are active. They have the booklets with them and they'll be distributing, and we'll ensure that you also get a copy, don't worry. Yeah, but even as you have a screen, we have just managed also to put a summary so that you're able to see what the changes we have. So just to touch on the stay basic, again, I'll just use the example that Nancy used. When you look across the different genres, you have managed to put content on each, yeah? So when you look at the previous package, we didn't have anything on lifestyle and documentaries, and also it was limited in terms of kids. So when you say that a customer still had to buy the basic package, and over and above that, they actually had to buy an add-on for it to be comprehensive. Because today a customer comes and they say, I have my kids with me, what can they watch? Yeah. So it means that whenever even we had to offer the hotel light, a customer had to pick an add-on to make it comprehensive. And today we are saying that we are going to give you stay basic for a customer who's transitioning from light, and they're going to get content across each genre. Yeah. So what we have also done is to just boost, yeah, and ensure that each genre is fully compact. For example, when it comes to sports, we have been able to add some sports channel just to ensure that, again, customer has more choice. When it comes to news, we have also done a bit of Revamp and added a couple of channels. When it comes to religion as well, we have added Ginjam when it comes to what the kids are watching. We have also added some movies, and also most importantly, we have added the lifestyle and documentaries just to ensure that it's also part of the bouquet. And other than that, we have also added music. So when you go across, you'll see that you have been able to capture content that is a bit more comprehensive according to each package. And as you move across to essential and to ultra, then the coverage is even much better. So a customer who is today paying premium, they're likely to be benchmarked across the Stay Essential, which is it's more stronger in terms of the number of channels. It's also more comprehensive, and again we are saying that there is no requirement for add-ons unless you want to add the specialist channels. When it comes to the Stay Ultra, when you open again your booklets as well, it basically covers everything that we need to offer to a Stay customer. Initially, premium was $23.50. Today, Stay Ultra is $2,400. And we are saying that it comes with much, much more in terms of number of channels. It comes with, it comes at $2,400. And when you look, it has over 100 channels. And initially on premium, we only have 72. And also when you look at the add-ons, a customer had to pick something specific from the add-ons like the RA International, and they had to pay the $265. Today we are saying that if you want a European add-on, depending on the type of customer that you have, pick that content and we give you a 350 shillings. Yeah. So I just wanted to use that as an example so that as we go through the other slides, it's very easy to internalize even as you go through when you go back to your offices. So I'll play a short video.
Add entertainment to your guest experience with DSTV Business for your hotel, guest house, or holiday rental. We have a range of options to suit your establishment and boost your star rating with the biggest stars off the screen.
Awesome!
Including an unrivaled selection of sport, soaps, series, movies, news, lifestyle shows, and something for the kids. While you keep your guests happy, we'll keep them entertained so they can experience your business at its best with DSTV Business.
Okay, thank you very much. If you have any questions, please free to just note it down. We'll be able to tackle any questions that will be addressed at the end of the session. So the next is I'll move into the play bouquet. And what you're saying is that you're going to help all our customers who are under play, that again I'll be touching on, or who are our play customers. But you're saying that we want, whenever someone wants to unwind, yeah, and wants to come to your location, it's going to be the top go-to place in terms of thought for a customer to relax, to good food, to have some drinks, and have an exciting atmosphere, yeah? So you have come to work, you're tired, you want to go and unwind before you go home. We are saying that when a customer is leaving work, you need to be top of mind when it comes to the place of choice. And what are we saying we are going to offer as DSTV Business? We are going to help you to create a superior experience and ambience by giving you the best and exclusive video entertainment when it comes to DSTV offering, yeah? So again, when you look at the coverage, initially we used to have two tiers. It was Pack Light and Pack Premium. Again, we have changed that into Play, and now we have 3 bouquets. And just to touch on the customers that you have in this segment, we have the pubs, we have the clubs, we have the taverns, we have restaurants, and anywhere where you'll go and want to unwind, we call that the Play Pack customers. So again, looking at these types of customers, we are saying that it takes care of different types of establishments, all the way from the very formal ones, as well as those that are housed within the very big hotels, as well as the very small ones that you need just to go and and chill and relax. We also call that the play customers. And also looking at the different at the caliber of this group, they're looking at using entertainment to be able to bring in more customers. So today we see that whenever there's sports, customers rush and they want to have a social time and watch together with their friends within the establishment. And what you're saying is that we want to give you choice, we want to give you a variety of content so that it can be able to draw more customers into your establishment for them to be able to watch the relevant content that they want. Again, looking at this, we're able to contract from 1 to 3 subscriptions. You'll find that when you go to most of the pubs and clubs, you'll have 1 screen, either 2 screens or 3 screens. Again, depending on the size of the establishment. And what you're saying, again, it varies. It moves all the way from a very simple setup, again, to a very complex one. So again, this again depends on the type of establishment that you want. So again, going into the packs that we have a range. Initially, we used to have the Pack Light, yeah, that used to take care of customers who had that choice. Then we also have the Pack Premium. So those are the initial bouquets, and those are the prices. Then currently, what you're saying is that you're going to give you Play Basic, yeah. Again, as you look at the price, it's gone a bit lower. And then we say we'll give you Play Essential, and we'll give you the Play Ultra. Again, priced according to the content that we have, and also just looking at the market research and the feedback from the industry just to understand what works best for the different establishments that you have. And again, looking keenly into the type of content, we have been able to increase the amount of content across the different bouquets. We have been able to increase the number of tiers to give customer choice on which bouquet works best for the establishment. And again, when you look at lifestyle and documentaries, we're able to put that up on the Essential as well as the Ultra. When it comes to, again, news, you've been able to also expand the offering that we have. We have also added the kids channel. So initially you had to get it via an add-on, but currently now you can be able to access it. We have added the type of music and also religion, because just remember that also in terms of restaurants, in terms of places to socialize, we need to take care of different types of customers with different preferences, even according to the type of establishment. So we are able to also do that just to ensure that we can be able to get into all customers. Now, what makes Play different? We are saying that customers used to request for add-ons for them to be able to have a comprehensive package. But you're saying that on the current bouquet, there is no requirement for add-ons. All we need to do is sit with you. You tell us what kind of channels are required for your establishment, and you're able to choose. You either go Play Basic, Play Essential, or Play Ultra. Yeah. So we have simplified the package just to make it ready for your consumption. So I'll play the Playbook TVC.
Add entertainment to your guest experience with DSTV Business for your restaurant, bar, pub, or club. Let our offering of live sport, current affairs, music, and more transform your location into a destination. Because the longer they stay, the more they spend. So don't let your guests choose between watching the big game or going out with friends when they can have both. When you add entertainment and experience your business at its best with DSTV Business.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll move into the last one, which is work. And again, looking at work, it covers different types of audience when it comes to the office environment. So today, a GM is wondering, what do I do to ensure that I improve productivity of my workforce? Yeah. At the same time, when I have guests coming in, how do I ensure that they don't get bored at the reception? And not only bored to get content, but bored to be informed, yeah? So what you're saying is that how can we enable a work environment to also have a comprehensive approach when it comes to the employees as well as the guests who come in, yeah? So what you're saying is that we have good news for you, and we're just going to do that. We're going to ensure that we give you a comprehensive package, again, tiered to ensure that you have choice and enable you to ensure that your customers are actually entertained as they stay at the reception, and also your employees have content to watch within the office, yeah? And even when you look at the different types of customers, content is useful for different items. So we find that in our office customers, most of them will say, we want our employees to be informed. We want them to have the commerce channels. We want them to ensure that we broaden their mind in terms of having the right news channels as well. So we are going to do just that, and I'll take you through the work bouquet as well. So again, in terms of offering, again, it takes care of both the employees as well as the guests. And again, looking at the type of subscriptions, it can be from a small office, all the way to a very complex office. And then we also have the formal and the informal businesses, yeah? So again, looking at the new work pack, initially we just used to offer one, yeah? It was called Office Premium, and it was priced at $22.88. And again, from the database that we have, we find that customers had to actually buy 3 add-ons, yeah? To give it a better coverage in terms of content. And therefore, the price was always about $30.83. And what are we saying? That today, we are going to give you more choice. We are going to take care of a customer who is saying, my budget is just $1,500. And we're also going to take care of a customer who says, I don't want to add add-ons onto what I have. So what have we done? We have broken it down into 2. Now we have the Work Essential, and then we have the Work Ultra. Work Essential is priced at $1,400, and then we have the Work Ultra that is priced at $4,200. And again, it comes comprehensive. There was no requirement for you to put add-ons. The package is very comprehensive, and just when you look at the booklets, you'll be able to have a touch and feel on what you have added. So just specifically in terms of content, we have been able to spice up the lifestyle and documentaries, which had to be an add-on in the previous bouquet. We have also been able to spice up the news channels. Again, we have added the cartoon, the kids channels, including the Cartoon Network, Jim Jump for the Work Essential. And then also in terms of music, we have given you variety, because at times you just need the background, even as you do your work. And also in terms of religion, we have been able to also add content into that. So I'll play the work video.
Keep your staff up to date and switched on by switching to DSTV Business for your office, branch, or retail space. Add entertainment to your business experience with our work package, a world-class thought-leading selection of business, news, current affairs, and sports entertainment created for professionals. To keep your employees in the know and your customers entertained, to experience your business at its best with DSTV Business.
Okay, thank you very much. So the next question will be, now with all these changes, what next? Yeah, so just to touch on the implementation framework. So this is what we have. So come in May, on May 17th, we were able to go technically live in terms of configuration and setup, just to ensure that these bouquets are sitting well in terms of the technical setup. So we did the rollout on the 17th of May. We did testing with our internal environment, and also we were able to onboard some customers who are willing to do the testing with us, and it worked well. So through June, we have been working with customers closely, just approaching them and telling them that currently we are changing our bouquets, and this is what we are offering. And we have been able to successfully migrate or just over 1,000 customers into the new bouquet. And it's a continuous exercise, yeah? Each and every day, I'm sure you're having someone knocking at your door saying, hey, are you ready? We have a new bouquet and we'd like to help you to change. So come today, we are doing the commercial launch session just to ensure that we definitely ensure that we keep our customers informed on the changes that you're making, and also have this session just to have a one-on-one with you for you to understand what the changes we are doing. So all the way to 31st of August, we'll continue doing the voluntary migration, just driving the awareness of the Revamp project. Again, this is very customized, so we have to come and sit with you in person, understand what channels work best for establishment, and then we're able to customize and advise on which bouquet you need to go with. So that exercise, we intend to go with it till the 31st of August. And then from the September 1st, again, we'll be working with all customers to ensure that all of us move into the new bouquet, enjoy the benefits, connect the businesses to profit, and then the old package will no longer be with us. Yeah. So I hope that we have gotten a bit of touch and feel of what the Revamp Bouquet is all about. And this is not only the session where we'll say this and stop, but we look forward to come and visit with you, to come and just share the information. Feel free to get in touch with us so that we're able to take you through it comprehensively, again, customized to your environment. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Elsa. A round of applause for Elsa. All right. So just wanted to acknowledge a few of you who've joined us here in the studio and, of course, online. I see that we have Deng from South Sudan. Here we are, being so international. Hello, Deng. Thank you for tuning in. And, of course, Naivasha. You guys, this is my big break, man. Are you excited? Are you excited? This package looks amazing. I feel like I should build a hotel or a hospital or something just so that I can benefit from this amazing package. And of course, we're moving swiftly along. And now that you've seen exactly what it is that this particular package has to offer, the work, play, and stay packages that have now been revamped, we'll be calling up another member of this amazing team to speak to us. But allow me just to recognize a few of you in the room, my good friends, John Gashero from the Social House, Lavington, Karibu Sana. Margaret Njoki, I see you here from Grace House Resort. And of course, we have Nixon watching in from Kericho as well. Steve Wambua from the Nairobi Convent International House. I see that the family from Nairobi Serena are here as well. Simon and Benson, Karibuni Sana. And of course, Margaret also from Movenpick, Stefano from Interstrat Limited, and the list goes on. I'll keep appreciating you and thanking you for being present as we continue to go along. Remember, if you do have questions, keep them ready because we will have a question and answer session and a panel discussion for these people to answer your questions. And that applies to those of you online. And of course, a reminder about our hashtags. I've seen a few nice pictures of me online. I'm very excited. My following is going up, and this blue looks so good on me, you guys. So remember, DSTV Business and DSTV Best for Business. Next up, to now speak to us about the installation, customer care, is that correct? The customer care. Let me invite up on stage Jacqueline Sagala. Jacqueline Sagala will speak to us about customer experience and customer care. As usual, a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Karibu sana, Jackie.
Thank you, June. My MD, Nancy Matimu, the chief guest, Mike Macharia. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Jacqueline Sagala. I head up the Customer Experience and Care Department. It's a pleasure to meet you all today face-to-face because generally we interface with you, we connect with you when you call us at the call center and when you reach out to us on our social media pages and through our email platform. So karibuni sana to our MultiChoice Kenya offices. It's really a pleasure to host you today. So I'm going to take you through the customer experience support structure, and starting off with the call center. So some of you who have been with us for some years now might recall that in the past, reaching through to the call center and speaking to an agent to get support was a bit of a hassle. And it was a hassle in the sense that you had to wait for some time, wait for a bit of time to speak to an agent to get your issue supported at the call center. You can imagine what kind of experience that was. For example, I'm a pub owner, a club owner. There's a game that is about to play. My account is disconnected. I've just made a payment and I want a quick reconnection. But reaching out to the call center was actually quite a bit of a hassle because you had to wait along with our residential customers to get through to an agent to be able to reconnect you. The other issue around reconnection also was it took a bit of time to actually reconnect an account. And this was because there were several loops within our internal processes that a reconnection process had to go through before it was actually reconnected. So overall, the experience could have been better. And we have as a team, as the MultiChoice team, and working closely with Elsa and listening to our customers, we've been able to review our processes and just put in some measures to be able to improve the customer experience for you, our valued business customers. So over time, we have taken a few measures, and one, we have been able to implement a dedicated customer support line. Nancy has already talked about this to us. The dedicated line, I don't know if I should do a short quiz to know who was listening, but I'm just going to reiterate that the dedicated DSTV business customer line is 0711 066 550. This line is dedicated to our DSTV business customer. It is manned by trained and experienced call center agents. Whenever you call us with any account inquiries, reconnection requests, you want to change your package, you want more information on what these new packages are, you'll be able to quickly get through to a very experienced customer care agent who will walk you through and support you according to your need. We've also been able to review our reconnection process. We've empowered our internal teams. Right now, you do not have to go through so many loops to get your account reconnected. Our teams are able to actually, once they receive the request, they're able to do the reconnection in a very short amount of time and get you back watching your favorite content. We've also been able to empower our call center and branch supervisors. So in the event that you're visiting our branches, for example, you might be in our junction area or you're at Sarit and you want to reconnect your account, you can be able to walk into any of our branches and get your account, after making a payment, get your account immediately reconnected, because we've been able to empower all our frontline teams to support you without having to go through many process loops to reconnect your account. Now, to get through to the dedicated call center line, your account number needs to be whitelisted. Your mobile number needs to be whitelisted. This is an automatic internal process. We automatically register your mobile contact in our database so that you're able to immediately get through to the commercial support care desk when you contact us. However, if you happen to call us with a number that has not been registered on the account, not whitelisted, we will still be able to support you even on our general customer care line. As I've mentioned, we've been able to empower all our frontline teams, and then we continue and go ahead to whitelist these numbers so that we're giving you the best world-class experience as our valued DSTV business customers. So overall, we're looking to improve our customer experience to you and shorten the length of time to reconnect your accounts, make it as seamless as possible. As we know in business, time is money, and that is exactly what it is that we're trying to connect you to. Make sure the experience is as seamless as possible, you get reconnected within the shortest time possible, and get on with the business of connecting your business to profits. I think that's it from me, June. Back to you.
A round of applause for Jackie, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't this how customer experience should be? Yes? Short, sweet. That was so, I was just like, yes. I call and you answer and you solve all my problems. Is it limited only to DSTV or can I call you for other things? I like the promptness. Don't you like the promptness? I think you've really hit the nail on the head. Yeah? I think when we have issues and we are in that hot zone, it doesn't matter what else is happening in anybody else's life. We want the service and we want it now. And I think when Elsa was doing her presentation, at the bottom of your, should we call it like a little pyramid or the list, you had wow, customer, experience. So my answer to you, Jackie, is wow. Wow, thank you so much. All right, well, once again, we're continuing on, and I think as we go, we're getting more information, we're getting more excited about the amazing offers that we have available for us today. So I won't speak much, just to continue to welcome all of you. I see a few more friends of mine have arrived. I'm calling you all friends because I've probably been at your establishments. You have probably asked me to come and entertain your guests, and so I'm feeling like DSTV and I need to speak more often, because if they're not watching me perform, they're watching DSTV. So this is how we are truly partnering. So John Musau from the Tamarind Group, Karibu Sana. The Hilton family is also here, led by Valentine Opondo and Chris Mbogo, Karibuni. Edward Jogona from Havana. I've spent many a night there before curfew. Nicholas Mwangi from Crown Plaza, and of course, 4 Points Sheraton family is also present, Karibuni Sana. All right, next up to speak to us about the actual operations side of things. You've heard that they've simplified the integration, the technical aspects, but this is not my area of expertise, but it is Leonard Agufa. So please welcome the head of operations to speak to us a little bit about that. Karibu, Leonard.
Thank you. You all look lovely from up here and also from down there. All right. Elsa, I rarely wear a suit, so you need to be inviting me for such engagements often. Thank you. Our chief guests, Mike Masharia, CEO, KAHC, our MD, Nancy Matimu. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I hope you're all doing well this chilly Tuesday morning. As you've been told, my name is Leonard Agufa. I'm in charge of operations support. My department works very closely with Elsa and her team, the DSTV business team. And we also work very closely with your technical teams, the IT managers, technicians, engineering departments, and your internet service providers. The business environment keeps changing. And as MultiChoice, we are not left behind. We change with the times. We are in the digital era, and we want you, our clients, our partners, in the same space we operate in. We are moving you from the coaxial cable, which has viewing limitations, fewer channels, too many equipment, to a technology that is nimble and which can integrate with your existing and modern infrastructure that we now have in our commercial premises. We have proprietary technology that addresses this need for the digital world within the space that you, our clients, operate in. As operations support, I and my team, we are here to support you. We train our installers, partners, and system integrators, and equip them with the requisite skills and equipment to ensure installation and the support that is offered to you is top-notch. We also support our clients through our teams, field services technicians all over the country who are always in communication with the technical teams on a regular basis to give you the technical advice and point you to the best technical installers, commercial installers, and system integrators. So, in summary, what are we bringing to you? What are we giving to you? We have a very qualified and dedicated technical team for all your needs. Our 3-level commercial installers are skilled, certified, and they are contracted by us. We offer free CAM cards and technical support that is tailored for your needs. Wherever you need, the team will be there to support you. We will be there to help you choose the correct vendor and hardware. We have a rich network all across the country of accredited partners all over the country. To take us through the technical bit of what we're bringing to you, allow me to welcome Moses Otieno, our Field Services Manager, who will deep dive a bit into this. Thank you.
Good morning once again. I can see familiar faces, people we've worked with, to the IT managers in the various hotels that we usually support, to my colleagues this morning. My name is Moses Otieno, Operations Support. So I'll take you through briefly on the technical offering that DSTV as MultiChoice has come up with to support the transition that we are having. As already mentioned, that due to the changing business environment, as well as technical advancement in the way that we operate, as well as the world is changing, MultiChoice has not been left behind. We've come up with solutions really tailor-made for you, specifically the hospitality industry, to enable you also enjoy our content with less hassle, at a cheaper cost, and also delivering the same world-class content that MultiChoice is offering. So, So it is in my role as the Field Services Manager and the DSTV business team, we offer support in terms of the IPTV, the third-party analog TV systems that you use to access our content. And in that regard, as I had mentioned before, we work closely, really, with your IT departments, your engineering teams, your technicians on the ground, and your commercial teams in the hospitality industry, in the restaurants, as well as hospitals, to give you the solution for you to deliver the content to your customers, as well as your patrons in your establishments. And in that regard, I'll also be giving a very brief overview of alternatives to IPTV and analog systems that currently are being used. So generally in 5-star and 4-star hotels, you will most likely find IPTV systems. And in small to medium-sized hotels, restaurants, motels, and so forth, you are most likely to find an analog system, yeah? Where you find some decoders centrally located in some area, okay? And I'll also be just touching on that and what improvements MultiChoice really is bringing to the table in terms of technological advancements, as well as moving with you, together with your customers, to deliver that world-class content that we have been talking about here. And due to the high cost of IPTV-based systems and IP-based solutions, the alternative to those particular systems was thought about. So the business really sat down and thought, how do we help you, our customers, really be able to afford, okay, a system that will be both nimble, okay, agile, and deliver the same great content at a lesser cost, okay, without really changing the end user experience. And with that regard, we came about with a proprietary DSTV MultiChoice solution. We call it SAT-IP, or Satellite over IP. So it is a very great solution. It's technically speaking, it delivers in terms of integration into your network without really having to come up with complex solutions. So it means with this particular server, it can go directly into your network without you to do any further configuration. So if you have a LAN in your organization, you put your SAT IP server, and you are able to get multi-choice content or the DSTV content over your normal LAN. So the same LAN that, sorry, somebody offer me water, please. So the same LAN that you'll be using to connect your laptop is the same LAN that you'll use generally to connect your SAT IP server. So some of the advantages. So some of the advantages of this particular technology, it is scalable. It means that you can expand. Okay, as you expand your business, you don't need to make any more purchase in terms of equipment. It can work with your IP network. It means if you have a data network, if it means you have VoIP, thank you. If you have a VoIP network, it can distribute seamlessly over your network without any additional equipment. Unlike the analog system that you must always make additional investment, you have multi-displays. So it means, as had been mentioned before, in the analog system, it means for the analog system, you are always having to purchase hardware. For any additional channel, you need maybe to add a decoder and so forth for the analog system. But for this particular system, you are able to add your viewing points really by simply calling us and say, I need an additional point. So you don't have to do any hardware investment on your part. You can be able to watch live satellite in HD, unlike in our analog system, and you know it is grainy, okay? In technical jargon, we call it mvua, marasharasha, isn't it? So in this particular system, that is possible. Guys, excuse me. Thanks. My throat was patchy. So it is easy installation in terms of installation. And the advantage of the ease of installation to our hospitality partners, one, it moves the maintenance of this particular system away from multi-choice. What do I mean? It means if you have a technical issue, your in-house IT personnel, your engineering teams are well equipped to rectify any issues, really, without coming to multi-choice, because it will be part and parcel of your local network. So if it is a cable, broken cable, you don't have to call a multi-choice DSTV installer to sort you out. You are able to sort it out. So 90% of the maintenance and upkeep of this particular system really falls down to the in-house IT team. And really, that for us, it is a great solution and really takes care of your overheads in terms of the spend you have to do in terms of maintenance of this particular system. The other benefits that we also see is the number of commercial TVs and the radio channel offerings that we get. So you'll get your channels in HD as well as the audio, okay? Clear audio quality that you get for your customers in these establishments. So it is automatic. You don't have to do any configuration, as already been mentioned. It is scalable in terms of growing as you grow. So you can start with as little as 20 units, okay, even less, and as more or as much as 1,800 rooms. But we shall also see in the next slide, if you've grown to a certain point, we also have another solution, okay, that we can offer you, our hospitality partners, in terms of what technology then do we give you. But still, we are saying it is scalable in that regard. And it can be integrated monitoring. It means you don't have to be physically present there to see, maybe to watch over your hardware or equipment. So it means to the IT personnel in these particular hotels, they can be at home, they can log in remotely and look at the health of their system. So if a guest is reporting maybe a missing channel or no signal somewhere, they are able to log in remotely via the network and look at the back end. And that also simplifies even the process of troubleshooting. By the time Hotel X is calling MultiChoice, for example, they know what the problem is. They are able to say, we have a signal issue and we might need somebody to come over and check it for us. They might also say, we are missing this particular channel and we can see our system health status is okay. And we are able really to narrow down the time it takes to sort your issue out and thereby save you time and money and also give your customers the very best experience. As we had mentioned also, past a certain level, we have also a solution for our 3, 4, and 5-star hotels, okay? We know the price tag of an IPTV, a fully IPTV system. And I know most in the audience here today, maybe in your establishments, you are using IPTV systems, and we very well know the price, okay? The price tag of a full IPTV system is not as cheap, okay? And the proposition that MultiChoice is making to you today is that if you don't have the cash to make that investment upfront, okay? Maybe you want to sit a bit to start your operations as you are coming back from COVID, you want to spruce up your hotel, and you're thinking of buying an IPTV system, but the cost is prohibitive. We are saying, even as you wait to deliver that technology to you, you have an alternative to it. We have a digital coax solution. In terms of operation, it works the same way as an IPTV. It will be able to deliver the same type of experience in terms of the end user. Apart from that, the greatest advantage you'll get over the SAT IP that we had mentioned, as hotels I know usually want to have the welcome channel. When the guests come in, they're able to see the local adverts, okay? What you are offering and so forth. So for this particular system, it works or it delivers the same way as the IPTV, and you are able to integrate it over your existing analog infrastructure. So if you have an analog infrastructure, you are not sure if you want to restart from the beginning and uproot everything because of the cost, you can use this particular system. It will seamlessly work with whatever you are having without you making any investment in terms of the infrastructure. And apart from that, you'll have, it caters for the compliance issue. I know we shall talk in other slides from my other colleagues about the issues of piracy, and this particular technology covers you in terms of compliance, okay? Security compliance. It means when you have this, you don't have to think about the issues, the risks of piracy. It addresses that. It has the cam cards. You can use your cam cards directly to your TVs, or you can buy MultiChoice STBs or set-top boxes with embedded cam cards for the DSTV content. And apart from that, finally, it is low budget in terms of comparatively, okay? So it addresses your local needs, okay? In terms of cost, it delivers content. You can integrate it over your existing infrastructure and so forth. And finally, it takes care of your budget lines. So we have spoken at length about the analog, and we know the downsides to it in terms of the channels required. The channels required for the analog is between 4 to 48, which is, in real sense, you can never achieve that, okay? Because you'll have to have a lot of decoders in your server room. For the digital coax, it gives you the same, it delivers the same content as the IPTV and the SAT IP. So for the three technologies we are really focusing on today are the three middle technologies, that is digital coax. It will deliver the same content to you while taking care of your cost, as well as, depending on the head end really, it will also give you the program guide. So your clientele know what is coming, okay? They have the schedule with them. They can see what is coming and they can schedule to watch what they want to watch, when they want to watch. And in terms of also installation cost, it is on the lower side. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I'll summarize by really giving the roles of accredited installers to our establishments. We have a fully trained group of installers that are supporting us in our businesses. We have certified, trained them, and accredited them to offer support to the various hotels that we have in the country. So we ensure that you have the required support the shortest time possible. We ensure that they work with your contractors. The most important, they work with your contractors. When you are having renovations, we have a team that is skilled and can give you advice in terms of where to lay your equipment and cables and so forth, so that whatever you, at the end of the day, it saves you cost, as well as gives us a future expansion capability for your organization. So ladies and gentlemen, with those few regards, thank you.
Thank you so much, Moses. A round of applause. I was just thinking as Moses was doing his presentation that I'm happy he knows as much about the technical requirements, right? Because in our family here today, Chris and Nicholas, where are Chris and Nicholas? Chris Mbogo? Nicholas? Oh, they are the IT officers of their organization. So if we have any questions, we're coming to Moses and to you guys. Are we still doing okay, everyone? Yes? More information is good, isn't it? We're getting to know a lot more about the packages. But even as has already been shared with us, there are some who have already been onboarded. I think the number that was shared is close to 1,000, or about just a bit over 1,000. And so we thought, what better way to hear it from their mouths? You know, DSTV are here telling us exactly what they've done, how they've implemented it. But let's now hear from those who have actually tried it out and who are enjoying it. And perhaps then we will all ask ourselves what it is that we're waiting for. Why are we not jumping on this gravy train right now? And for those of you online, I hope you're asking yourselves the same questions. And of course, thank you for those of you who've already put your questions in the chat box on the YouTube link on DSTV Kenya's online platform. And please do keep your engagements coming, because as we said, we will have a question and answer session for us. So we're going to look at some testimonial videos from some customers, namely Big Square and Tamarind Tree. If those could play now.
My name is Mercy, Head of Marketing at Big Square. Big Square began 2012 as a casual dining restaurant where families can have affordable, good food that is purely Kenyan, Kenyan-made, Kenyan-sourced, and for us. One of the things we've done to help our people and our friends and family, because our customers are family, we've put up DSTV so that as people eat, as people go on dates, as you have business meetings, for your little breaks, you have something to cut the ice. The good thing about DSTV right now is they have this package that has a very, very good sports channel, and that is Super Sport, and that gives you Serie A, La Liga, Premier League, and that really spices up whatever it is you've come to do at Big Square. And I'd highly recommend for any business owner, for anybody who knows this business, the restaurant business, the pub business, to please put up some DSTV for your customers. You will see a difference. This package is called the Play Basic package. It retails at 4,100, and this means even if you have many branches, that is not too much money off your P&L. So guys, welcome to Big Square, welcome to DSTV. Let's do this.
Welcome to Tamarind Tree Hotel. My name is John Musau. I'm the general manager of the hotel. Here at Tamarind Tree Hotel, apart from food, we offer conferencing facility, we offer accommodation. Apart from that, we are famously known for our Dawa bar and a restaurant. In the Dawa bar, you will enjoy all sorts of sports in a big screen, all the way courtesy of DSTV. We are very happy to partner with DSTV because apart from the old model, the old system which they had, now they have a new package. The new DSTV package, which is a stay one, is the best DSTV has ever launched, especially for the hotel industry. Simply because with the old package, you had to pay for different channels, add-ons. These included CNN, Kids channel, BBC, Nat Geo. You had to pay for them separately. With the new package, you don't have to pay for all that. It's one package which is cheaper than the old one, and you still get all those add-ons together. You're getting more for less actually, and it's the best you can ever ask for. So we are very happy, and we hope we will work with DSTV more to ensure that we give our customers value for money.
I said earlier that sports was for women. What was the first thing that Mercy said in her video? Premier League. Do you now, am I right? Am I right? You will come round shortly. Well, at this point, I'd like to invite a very good friend of mine. He and I have known each other for very many years. We sang in the same choir. Does anybody know who I'm speaking of? He's probably like, why is June saying all these things? Well, he is none other than Mike Macharia, Chief Executive Officer of the Kenya Association of Hotel Keepers and Caterers, our chief guest today. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for my good friend, Mr. Mike Macharia. Karibu. And maybe you can sing for us when you...
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, it's a cold morning. Thank you, June, for that introduction. It is true, we did sing. My voice, you can tell that I'm a singer. We did sing in the same choir some years back, but we've known each other for much longer, I think from the time we were much younger. And I was wondering what June is doing here. I thought she'd belt out one of her jazz tunes. Didn't happen. Anyway, thank you for having me, Nancy, and my colleagues in the industry, all DSTV staff, all the customers. When I got the invitation last week, I think it was last week or the week before, I thought there was a mistake because I never get invited anywhere as a chief guest. In fact, I'm the one who does those invitations to look for important people to come and speak at our functions. So I was a bit perplexed, and I thought it must be a mistake. So I called some of my colleagues in the industry, and they said, yes, we received the letter, but it doesn't say chief guest. So they must have really meant you. Then I thought, in this business of technology, there's another fellow who goes by the same name as I do. He's taller, more handsome, richer, and at times we get confused. When somebody says the name Mike Macharia, they're expecting the tall, handsome, richer guy, only for me to appear. So it becomes very difficult. I was even considering changing my name and dropping one of them. So I'm honored to be here. I didn't write a speech. I just thought I'd pick out some of the experiences we've had with DSTV. I'm also not used to wearing suits, so if I ask for water, please understand. I used to wear them a long time ago. So I just put out a few notes of what our experiences have been with DSTV over the years. We've had an interesting relationship, I must say. I don't want to say rocky, but at some point we felt that it was a bit rocky many, many years ago. I think personally as a customer, I've been a DSTV customer at home for maybe 22 or 23 years. So I know a lot about DSTV at home. I know a lot about DSTV in our establishments. And I tried DSTV at the workplace before we moved offices, and that didn't work too well. So we first want to thank you, Nancy, for reaching out to the industry, because it's something that we've always wanted to do as your customers. We thought that if we could get together and understand each other's businesses, then life would be so much easier. Because when you look at your business in general, it's not too dissimilar to ours. We have beds, then we have chairs and tables, and then we have the space. You have studios, and you have the space. You have chairs and tables. The rest is distribution. You're distributing content that is a majority of times not your own. Yeah, when you look at the general content that you distribute, belongs to other people. And we're in the same position. That young lady talking about authentic food, if you look at just that plate alone, you can see 3 different suppliers. You see potatoes, you see a potato supplier. You see chicken, you see a chicken supplier. You see vegetables, you see a vegetable supplier. You see the drink there, the water, Coca-Cola, wine. So we are more or less in the same business where we bring products together, add value, and then distribute. So we are like 2 huge supermarket chains. So we're very similar. But when you're in such kind of a business, it comes in with a lot of little payments and levies here and there. So, for example, if you're distributing sports, you have royalty. If you're distributing music, you must pay copyright. If you're advertising betting, you must pay some form of tax. So we find ourselves in a space where we are very heavily taxed, based just because of the nature of our business. And then being an entertainment business, even ministers, when they read their budget speeches, they seem to refer to this thing called sin, not in the sense of the Bible, but in the sense of enjoyment. So if you're enjoying, you should pay more. So we find ourselves in that position. And really that's the position where we wanted to understand each other from the business point of view. You find that before you start off, you're looking at a typical hotel or restaurant is looking at a minimum of 10 to 15 licenses that they have to pay. Then they're looking at a minimum of another 20 hidden levies. We've just gone into an increase in digital service tax, and I know that will also affect you because you're also dealing in the digital world. We're also distributing internet services for free in our industry. So we start the year with all these huge expenses that we have to take care of. So everything else that comes in for payment, we really have to rationalize. And that was the genesis of the tensions between the industry and DSTV in the early years, where we did not understand each other's businesses. But now, you and the team have gone out, and within a very short time, you have reached out, conducted some form of research, understood us, and come up with packages that are suited to the nature of business that we are in. We have areas where we think, when you think of capacity, you may have a restaurant full on the weekend, empty on the weekdays. You may have a hotel full within 1 week of something happening, like the rally in Naivasha last week, where we understand almost 70,000 people congregated into Naivasha. They're full. This week they are not. So my good colleagues here will ask, what happens when I'm empty? What happens at that time? When I look at my business model, I'm finishing the month at around 50% occupancy. I have 200 rooms, and I have to pay licenses for 200 rooms. I have to pay DSTV for 200 rooms, even when they are empty. And these are the meeting points that we wanted to discuss. And by looking at these packages, I haven't really gone into detail because I saw them first time today, but I can see that these packages are addressing those concerns. So we want to congratulate you for coming up with all these good things for the industry. And I'm sure my colleagues here in the industry will bear me witness that these packages are actually right. Pricing is very important, which you've addressed. Value. Is there value? There's no question about that, because I know somebody spoke about piracy. I think it's Elsie. People don't want to steal bad things. Yeah, people want to steal the good stuff. So if somebody is trying to pirate your content, then it means it is value for money. Yeah, so I mean, we can go into a philosophical discussion, but I'm not saying that the theft it necessarily relates to good stuff. Yeah, but it's attractive, so that's why people are trying to steal it and then probably resell it at a lower price to profit themselves. So there's plenty of value on it. What are our thoughts about DSTV as industry in terms of the product and the value proposition? First of all, we look at DSTV as, on top of the value that I've spoken, as a responsible organization. A responsible organization in the sense that it will not distribute content to you that it deems unfit for your consumption. And we've seen a lot of these things happen. We've seen content that's being distributed in certain places that is not suitable for children. Some of it is not suitable for adults. Yeah, it's too graphic, but it's being distributed. But we know that DSTV will never get to that point. If they get to a point where they see that this content is not suitable for you, they simply just switch it off. So we are seeing a responsible organization. And that is something that is very, very important because of the fact that we deal with a lot of people from all over the world. We deal with a lot of different cultures. Most of our customers, like now if you go to Malindi, there's a different culture there. The customer profile is completely different. It's mainly Italian. You go to some parts of the coast, you'll find a German culture. You go to some parts of the coast, English culture. You go to some parts of Nairobi, African culture, and so on and so forth. So we deal with a lot of cultures. And the same way you're sensitive to religion, as a product, we should also be sensitive to the cultural outlays that we have out there. And it does help to be responsible. The other thing that we see is that there is deliberate attempts to develop local talent. And not only in Kenya, but in all the countries that DSTV operates. For those of you who are able to catch the Africa part of DSTV, the magic and so on and so Africa Magic and so on and so forth, you will see that we are deliberately putting out our talent there. I remember, I think 8 to 10 years ago, when we started doing local productions, programs like Changes, Corner, all these good programs that were a good alternative to all the violence that was going on in other places. And they would keep you home with the family. But the most important thing is that out of those programs, we created our own stars in Kenya, in Rwanda, in Uganda, in Nigeria, in South Africa. We've got people now who are sitting back and saying, I made a living out of entertainment, because not everything is mainstream white collar. The guys at the back end, the installers, that's a story for another day, because it's something that has been said so many times, that you're able to offer people opportunities in certain areas. So in the general sense of job creation, our businesses are similar. We are a labor-intensive business, and on the back end from DSTV, even just looking at the back of this room, the number of people who are just supporting the transmission is amazing. It's probably even more than the number of people who are seated in this room and the people who are watching. So we are seeing this as a beginning of a very, very good working relationship between ourselves and DSTV. We will help reach out to the places that you want to go. All you need to do is just let us know where you're going. We have a lot of, in entertainment, tourism and entertainment go together. So we do a lot of stuff outside COVID times that would be both of value to both ourselves and DSTV. And we will be able to invite you to those places where you can come, talk about the products, talk about the offerings, and grow your business, because as you grow, we grow together. So we are very, very pleased this morning. I don't know whether my role is to officially declare this thing launched, but it gives me great pleasure to be here in front of my colleagues, who are technically my bosses, to say how pleased we are with this initiative. And I am sure together we will build back our industry, and we will build back the offering that we have. COVID is here with us. We'll just have to navigate it. We need to get our tourists back. We need to get our businesses going. And as you can see, during the COVID, deep in the COVID crisis, is when the team at DSTV was busy innovating. So you can also take advantage of a crisis and beat a bit of a retreat and come out with better products for the future. And I congratulate you for what you have done. And once again, thank you very much. And I declare this launch officially open. Asante.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mike Macharia, for declaring the launch officially open. Now you can add this to your CV, that you have been an official guest speaker. And it has happened on the day that your choir member was also here. Surely, yeah? COVID is great. it has presented us with opportunities. Thank you so much for those remarks. I think I relate with a lot of them, and I think you being the one to respond to exactly what it is that has been presented to us here is a true testament to the partnership, and that relationships are like that. They're up and they're down, but at the end of the day, I like your comparison. You're actually in the exact same business. There's such stark similarities, and I think that helps to simplify the way we see the partnership and the future of the hotel industry, the hospitality industry, I should say, and of course the work that DSTV is doing. All right, so we've come to that time where we're going to invite back up on stage my good friends to just field some of the questions that you have been holding near and dear to your heart. And so allow me to invite back up on stage for a brief Q&A Nancy Matimu, the MD of MultiChoice Kenya, Elsa Lunani, Head of DSTV Business, and of course, Mr. Mike Masharia. I think a few people might, this is what happens with guest speakers, so just accept. Just accept. Please just take your seats anywhere you feel comfortable. And even as they settle, let me just continue to acknowledge our online audience. Thank you so much for your participation. There's been a lot of feedback coming in. And allow me just to read a few of their interventions. Nixon Langat says, I'm overwhelmed by the improvements. You are doing a great job, DSTV Business. I also see Salim from Taveta. He says, great job. Onyi is also watching in from Taveta. Karibu sana. Margaret Njogu is right here with us in Nairobi. Thank you so much for logging in. Dennis Kimani says, excited about all these packages. Will we have Europa this football season? I think I know who to ask that question to, the ladies. And of course, Sami Kisero also says, I really like the new packages, but please add Sky News to the packages. So with that, let's go to our panel and just, I think what we'll do is I'll just field the questions and maybe as they sit well with you, let us know what your comments are. There's just a few of them. So the first question here is, do we still have the option to add channels to like the work packages if you feel like you need more than the package offers? I think Elsa might be the best person to answer this one. You should have a microphone somewhere. Yes, just near you. All right. Yes, and as you send your questions, please tell us who you are so we can acknowledge your question and respond to you directly. Yes, Elsa.
Okay, thank you very much, June. Just to address the question for work. So currently we have come up with two bouquets. So initially we used to have one, which used to be called Office Premium. Now we have two, just to give you variety and choice. So we're able to look at the content holistically for what is required at the workplace, and then we have divided it into two. Yeah. So we have the Essential and Ultra. That's comprehensive and has all the content. So a customer has a choice between the Essential and the Ultra. They actually don't require to add any add-ons.
Okay.
Yeah, so the customer just needs to choose between the two.
All right. So very simple answer, choose between the two. Ultra and? Essential. Ultra and Essential. Thank you so much. All right, our next question comes in from Dennis Kimani. He says, for the stay packages, is the discount applicable before or after payment? I think that might still be you, Elsa.
Yes, still me. So what you have done, number one, is we have simplified the packages, yeah? And one, that will definitely address the cost issue, yeah? Because initially, a customer had to buy the basic, and then they had to top up add-ons for them to have a comprehensive feel of what they require in the environment. So today, what are we doing? We are saying that we need to come to you. We understand what is best for your customers, yeah? What works best for your environment, then we're able to choose a bouquet for you. Now, when it comes to the question of discount, let me say that is case by case. So yes, we do have an automatic discount that we pass to our customers, especially during these prevalent times, and it depends on the number of rooms, yeah? So the more the number of rooms, the more we can get into a discussion of discount, and that will be after definitely we have a consultation session just to understand what is the requirement, what is the pain point. Again, different outlets have different experiences experiences. Yeah. So when I talk to hospitals, I'm saying that probably now you have more customers.
Yes.
Yeah. When I'm talking to the guest houses, they're saying that maybe they're accommodating more because customers are now preferring to go to the smaller establishments because they feel there's more protocol observed. Then I come and talk to my big customers, yeah, and they tell me, Elsa, I have 200 rooms, but I only have 10 rooms occupied.
Yes.
Definitely we have to come back, sit down with my management, and then look and say, how can we assist this customer? So I can say we do that on a case-by-case basis.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Elsa. We have another question from Zach, who is in Eldoret. And Zach says, good morning, all. Thanks for the thought of doing the revamp. It looks better now, he says. But his question is, however, the time taken for reconnection on commercial accounts should be improved. How can we access faster service from Eldoret? Should Nancy take that one, or Elsa as well?
I can do it. And
You can ask Nancy and Mike some questions. I'll come to the floor. I mean, surely he's sitting here in a suit. We must ask him some questions. Elsa, let's do that one for Zach, and then we'll come to Mike. Yes.
Okay, thank you, June, again. I'll just echo what my colleague Jackie was able to spell out. And we know it's a real concern that most of our customers are facing because today, probably we said, let's discontinue because we don't have customers. Then suddenly we have some guests coming in and you're saying, I need to get connected as quick as possible. So for sure, we noticed we do have a gap. And because the commercial process, again, was quite intense. But today what you're saying that we are fixing the reconnection issue. So I can say we are 80% there, if not 90. We are still trying to do quite a number of improvements. But now we're able to access our customer care. We also have a BDesk team that is able to drive the reconnection. So as long as you have any touch point to multi-choice, we're able to get that up and running very fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zach, you have a commitment. They're at 80% and they're continuing to work. So your reconnection will happen shortly. All right. My friends on the floor, any questions? Anything at all? Yes, I see a hand over here. If we could get the mic over to her. Please tell us your name, where you're from, and what your question is.
My name is Margaret Gishuro. I'm from Movenpick Hotel, Accor. I have a question. Is there a future plan for an interfacing of multi-choice with our systems, perhaps running on Oracle or the IPTV systems, so that upon check-in, then you can charge for the room? So I'm thinking of maybe Oracle, because then that would be like going directly to the PMS. And then that way we'd be able to pay for exactly what the rooms we are selling, instead of always estimating, because that's what we do, and the occupancy changes all the time.
All right. I think Nancy may want to take that one.
Right, is my mic on?
I believe so, yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we are aware of that specific requirement. In fact, it's something that we also want to be able to do internally from our end for us to be able to address the integrity of the billing process. So what we shall do, it's not something we have started to work on already. We'll continue to collect information, and I think being able to extend it to your front office at the point of booking so that you're able to have on time, just right, just in time billing and appropriation of costs is something that we should take into consideration. And as Moses said, as when he spoke, we've made it so much easier now also for you to be able to add and remove, whether it's rooms, whether it's additional channels, by adopting relevant technology that is seamless enough to put the power and the control into the hands of the customer.
All right. Thank you for that. I hope that addresses your question. Great. I think I saw another hand on the floor, a gentleman at the back. If he could get the microphone. Once again, tell us who you are, where you're from, and then state your question.
Thank you very much. My name is John Musau from Tamarind Tree Hotel. My question is really almost what Mike Masharia spoke about. And because most hotels have been grappling with the situation where you have to pay all the rooms, whereas with this pandemic, things are thick. Is there a way DSTV is trying to address so that we only per se pay, which is also a question, we only pay for occupied room as opposed to paying for all the rooms?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Musau. And I think I'll tie that in with the comment that came in that says, thanks, Mike, the rooming problem is actually a real problem, and you've represented us well as your first time as chief guest. So It's not a question, but it's an acknowledgement that you did a good job. So I think I hear a question. Is there a way for us to be able to do room-specific, so shall we say, like carving out a room-specific package? I guess this is really for the DSTV team. Elsa? I think they want to just hear yes. Just say yes, and then no, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much. And that feedback is well noted as well as appreciated. And again, just having visited most of our customers, definitely that's a deep concern. So I know in terms of impact from COVID, all the way from last year has been quite harsh. And I can't say that we are picking up yet. Yeah, we are still on the recovery mode. But in fact, most of the time we find that we are trying to find innovative ways within our establishments to try and bring in more customers. So to answer that question, what you're trying to do is, number one, we are trying to support the customers as much as possible, even as we look at innovative ways that will be able to support you in future. So currently, in terms of technology, we're not yet there, especially for the IPTV customers as well as the analog. In terms of SAT IP, I think that's a conversation that definitely we can have with Moses. We can be able to support you in terms of per billing, yeah? In terms of, if you want us to do 20 rooms, we can be able to work with the 20 rooms, and we'll have the visibility of growth and also scale up with you. So I think for the IPTV customers as well as those who are still on the analog, it's a work in progress. But between now and then, when we figure it out, I think as I stated earlier, June, we are ready to sit with our customers. Mm-hmm. We have our sales team there. We're able to understand your requirements and actually give you a customized support, yeah, in terms of pricing.
Thank you,
June,
Elsa.
Allow me to just
yes, please, Nancy.
Chime in and say that in the last 1 year, you might have noticed that we have been listening a lot more and making very specific tailor-made discount solutions, because we do understand the limitation of the technology and the billing structure. So please do reach out to Elsa directly, or even call in through again 0711 066 550, or write to us on DSTV Kenya, DSTV Business Kenya at ke.multichoice.com, and we shall certainly listen to you because we are 100% cognizant of the challenges that you're facing.
Thank you, Nancy. Nancy, the questions earlier about Sky News and Europa, would you, again, there is the answer also yes? Is Sky News and Europa coming soon?
So I have 2 yeses and 1 work in progress. Okay. Because for Sky News, my answer, June, is that as we continue to listen to you again, then we see what are the common requests and we aggregate them and see whether we can improve the packages further and further. Yes. So we will continue to listen to you and pick this information. The good news on Europa is that we have Europa this new football season that's starting in end of July going into August.
Ladies, can we get a round of applause?
We have Europa back on DSTV. And what's even better news is that we may not have announced it officially, but if you have read our leadership cascade information from South Africa, we also won the bid again to host the World Cup, so we shall have the World Cup on DSTV as well.
Nice.
When it does come. So
a round of applause. Honestly, you can clap. It's all right. We're celebrating. Thank you, Nancy, for that. There's one more question, and then there's something that's very near and dear to my heart, and Mike raised it. And so let me just finish with the questions. Do we have any more from the floor? I had seen 2 hands, but this is like the altar call at church. If you speak now or, no, anybody? Okay, well, don't leave here if you do have questions. And if you do, as you know, the entire team from MultiChoice is available for you to answer, for them to answer your questions. One last question here about the work packages. Will clients have access to sports and entertainment channels alongside news? I feel like the answer is yes to that one, because I was listening to your presentation. Yes. So yes, June is now Elsa's assistant. The answer is yes. You can also, with the work packages, access sports entertainment channels alongside news. So the topic that has come up several times, and I think Nancy raised it as well, piracy. and it has come up quite a few times, and how this affects our business, and especially the business that you are in. Mike raised it. Part of the different licenses that you all have to pay include the copyright licenses that you do need to adhere to. But I think in as much as all of this is in the law, the new Copyright Act clearly states this. I think from 2019 it came into effect, and there are implications now if piracy acts are actually undertaken. But we always don't like to lead with the stick, isn't it? You don't want to come and start shouting that piracy is bad. I think we all know that. And I think what is at the root and what one of the root causes is because it's either an affordability issue, which has now been solved, or at least it has been significantly addressed, let's put it that way, but also appreciating that it's the entire ecosystem. And so from where I sit as a content creator and as part of the entertainment industry, if no more money flows back into the entertainment industry, then you see less and less good quality entertainment coming out, which in turn jeopardizes what you're able to offer the customers. And that's my little sort of myopic view, but I think maybe I could ask all of you to maybe comment on that, starting with you, Mike.
Thank you very much, June. For me, it's a topic that we really need to address. I mean, we were joking about singing in the choir. I in my other life engaged also in the business of creatives as a producer, and I know the pain that the people who create content go through when it is stolen. It is actually very, very painful, because for you to produce just one episode of a TV program, it takes a lot in terms of money, in terms of set preparation, in terms of technology, and for you to get it out there, whether it's just a simple song or just a program, requires a lot of effort. Now, for you to be able to make the stars that I was talking about, build the stars in the country. And I use this example. There is one young gentleman who came from a performance, I think, at Carnival. Brilliant musician of his day. Could have been 15 or 20 years ago. But he was not getting paid enough to even afford a taxi home. So he's done a performance most of the evening. He has to wait until the morning. He's fatigued. And on his way home, he gets hit by a bus. And unfortunately, loses his life. Those are the consequences of piracy. If you're pirating, please know that you're causing somebody's death somewhere, whether you know it or you don't. So we need to look at the way we look at our foreign stars. When I go to a bunch of young people and I say, Yemi Alade, I see them all jumping up and down. When I say Sauti Sol, I don't see that enthusiasm.
Or even June Gashui.
Yeah,
I don't know
when I
why
say
they don't jump as much.
When I speak of
Terrible.
June Gashui, who is a real Kenyan star, why? It is because her content cannot get out there if we don't follow the proper channels. If we follow the stealing channels, we will be killing our own talent. And this is very, very important. So for me, it's to appeal to the general public. Let us just stop. It is no longer very expensive to access content. It's no longer expensive to access music. You have platforms that are there, including some that are available on DSTV. DSTV you can access even on your phone now with your tabs. I remember a few years ago, I used to be very proud going into foreign countries where they don't speak English. So obviously I can't watch TV, but I have my tablet and I can log on to DSTV. Then after some time I was told, no, you can only watch it in Africa, obviously because of copyright issues also on the other side. So let us try as much as possible. And if you see it happening, please just don't purchase it. Let's try to grow our industry, and the only way we are going to grow this industry together, particularly from a creative point of view, is to pay for the content and to pay for the brains that bring us this content. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Our guests partner hotels, pubs, and clubs and offices across the country. We also want to thank those of you who are present here in the studio and those of you who've been tuned in since 9 a.m. this morning online. Thank you so much for your engagement, for your questions, and for your comments and your feedback. The DSTV business team, honestly, job well done in working with your clients and putting together such a great offering for work, play, and stay. The technical teams, Moses was here wonderfully explaining to us all the technical aspects, and we appreciate you for that. Those who have also helped us put this together, we want to appreciate StagePass and Tech. These are part of the crew that you've heard about who are behind you, making sure that this has run smoothly, and we thank you for that. Tamarind Tree has prepared lunch for us today, so we want to give them a round of applause. We are hungry. There is a setup for you. And of course, please do remember to have a bite and a cup of tea before you do leave. For those of you online, enjoy your tea as well, as we're also having ours here. Thank you so much. And before Mike leaves, I believe we just want to appreciate you. There's a little thing that we want to give you, even as we take some photos. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, from me, thank you. We'll just oversee the appreciation. I see Mike is about to change his CV. Today, on his business card, also a guest speaker. Chief guest speaker, chief guests. Okay. All right. So shall I invite Nancy and Elsa to appreciate Mike?
Yes, you may.
Yes, please.
Well done.
And again, if you have any comments, remember our hashtags for today, DSTV Business and Best for Business, hashtag Best for Business.
Right. So this is what it says. DSTV Business Appreciation, Mike Macharia, Chief Executive Officer, and Kenya Association of Hotel Keepers and Caterers. Thank you for supporting DSTV Business on its launch on 6th July 2021. And we look forward to meeting you. We are planning a GM's conference, and we hope that you will support us in bringing together the GMs. We will sponsor it. We will host it 100%. And of course, at one of your association members' venue to continue supporting you. So thank you very much. And indeed, you are the chief guest. So you can always use this to show that you are the chief guest. Thank you.
A round of applause, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this. Again, it takes a lot of getting used to, as June is saying. I just wanted to mention that we also have an event that we bring all the owners and GMs in one event. Usually it's supposed to be in June, where we also conduct our AGM. So you have an audience of about 250 to 300 decision makers in the tourism industry, not just hospitality, because it's the tourism event. It comes at the end of June. We get together for 2 days, then finish with a charity golf tournament that supports various charity initiatives. And because of COVID, we could not have it last year and this year, but we were hoping by the end of August, most of our industry players will be fully vaccinated, like I am. And we are planning to have it in mid-September. So you're welcome to take part in it, and you're welcome to make presentations there as well to the audience that will be there. Thank you.
All right. Some photos, so I'll ask the three of you to please just
Can I stand with my...
Yeah, you must.
Of course.
You actually must. This is the time to actually... Where would you like them to stand? More in the middle? It's okay. He's guiding us. A step forward. That's perfect. Thank you. Now just smile. I think that one you can handle. So yeah. Well, as you're smiling, just let me appreciate some more people who had logged on online. Peter Kruger was watching from DSTV Business in South Africa. And he wants to actually know from Mike what the size of the hotel association is. Interesting. Edwin Itotia says, we also need a separate smart SMA TV solution, I think, for apartments. Consider this when you are planning so that we know when to have this. That's for the DSTV business team, so take note of that. Have we finished with the photos? Okay, Mike, there's a question here. I will answer it on your behalf. What is the size of the hotel association? One of our DSTV business in South Africa members, Peter, would like to know how big the hotel association is. 400 members, Mr. Kruger. That's the answer. All right? Okay, well, that brings us to the end. Thank you so much for your patience. I really appreciate it. My name has been June Gashui, and it's been my pleasure being your host today. Remember to grab a cup of tea and a bite as you go, and stay safe. God bless. Thank you.